Hello there. It's been a long week for the West Indies cricket team. They've had the opportunity to play 3 T20 matches, and after a day or two, they played against 3 ODI matches. It was a wonderful experience for the West Indies for many reasons. Sri Lanka is not one of the top teams in the competitions in the past, and not in the ranking either. But at the same time, they've got a useful team, a very young one, and winning those matches would have been a plus for the West Indies. They actually did it. They lost one of the T20 matches, but they won the other 2. And of course, with the ODIs, they played the best cricket that they've played for a while by winning all 3 matches. Now, we must look back to determine to what extent did the pressure on the players, by the selectors, by the coaches, by the public, as to the discomforting type of performances that they have been doing for the past few years. They're talented youngsters, but they're inconsistent. They're not adjusting well to situations, and they get out without too much difficulty from the bowler. Some of the bowlers were quite good. Others were not keeping line and length that was good enough to put pressure on top-class batsmen. We saw this in the ODI matches. Most of the batsmen from Sri Lanka would be very intelligent and play the ball straight when it's new and it's coming to them. They're not going to try to go to square leg or backward point in the early stages. No, they won't. Although that's their strong ends. They love to play the square cut and the pull and the sweep and everything else. But they built it, and they got some good scores. They got 236, they got 273, and they got 273 again. Those were the 3 good scores. I did not expect that they would create too many problems with the West Indies, simply because they did not have a good fast bowling area. Just menial, just good length, good line, but it was a beautiful wicket. So players like Evan Lewis and Shai Hope and Darren Bravo, all of these batsmen would have taken use of it, and they did. What they have is a number of spinners who did extremely well. They kept the runs down. They forced the West Indies to put their shoulders to the wheel and not take any sort of kind of approach which they have been accustomed losing their wickets for, and that's unnecessary aggression. So the West Indies won the series. Now we look back and we are asking ourselves, have we produced tremendously in the last 6 weeks? Is it because we have applied ourselves in the nets and under the eyes of Philip Simmons? Is it because of the amount of pressure placed on the team by the public, who is demanding that they play well? It's a little bit of all of those. But at the same time, we are comfortable that they won both of these. Now we are approaching on the 21st of March, which is just 7 days away. We are expecting the West Indies to play well. Now that we've seen what Sri Lanka does, the wicket at Sir Vivian Richards is an excellent one and a wonderful playing wicket. It always is in Antigua anyhow, but this one's played beautiful. And now the test is going to be a very important one. How is Evan Lewis going to deal with it? He's got as a partner Shai Hope. Nope. He was not selected, and everyone wanted to know why. So therefore he had Craig Braffett, who actually is given the job as captaincy. We're going to discuss this down a little bit lower down. Most of the other team is good, and in some cases very good. We were worried about Darren Bravo. He played exceptionally well. He put his head down. He did the things that what the world wanted him to do, to be one of the top players in the world. Then, of course, they went back to Kyle Myers, who is a left-hander, played beautiful cricket in the early stages in the regional tournament and everything else. Together with Bonham, they picked both of them And I'm satisfied that they can apply themselves. They showed this in the previous matches. And then, of course, we had Jason Holder, who is in the team, and he was not the captain. That was a little bit uncomfortable for him, because he has done reasonably well over the years. This is an opportunity for him to have built himself somewhat, and all of a sudden, Craig Brathwaite was not always one of the star players in the Test team. He was very vulnerable in certain areas, and I don't think he's got a great lot of experience in the captaincy. And I would have thought that this would have been an appropriate time for Jason Holder again to build, because he knows how to play the game and how to lead the team at the same time. We're not quite sure about this with Craig Brathwaite, and this is no disrespect to him. He's a talented player. He is very, very committed to batting, but he's got shots that are not as orthodox as they should have been, and it is on the basis of this that he's lost his wicket on a lot of occasions. And as you look lower down the time, you've seen young Allen as a bowler. He's done reasonably well, a left-arm spinner, but I'm not quite sure in my own mind that he's a left-hand spinner any better than Hussain, who varies quite a bit. He's very intelligent. He uses the crease and everything, and he gets wickets. Jason Mohammed would have been another one of the guys, and his batting has been superb. He's not selected. So you're looking at Alzari Joseph, fantastic decision. Nobody will quarrel it. He bowled very, very well. So therefore, we are looking at the bowlers, and we are saying that the bowlers can get them out. That's true. But they'll have to work hard to do it. This is a test match. Those guys can apply themselves. They had two opening partnerships. One was 100 and the other one was 80 odd. They were putting their heads down. They had a bad run of run-outs in one or two of the matches, which reduced their scores. But at the same time, we know now that they've got a good batting team, and we're going to have to bowl. Kimar Roach in the team, of course, and Shannon Gabriel. So they are the ones who are going to get the wickets for us. As to the spinners themselves, they included Raheen Cornwall. Now, I'm not against the guy. He's a lovely bowler, but I believe that he must be a one-day player. His size, he does not move about, and it's not his fault. It doesn't affect when he's fielding. He's a wonderful slip fielder, and he's a good off-spin bowler. But we've got two good off-spin bowlers, and we've got some really tremendous out-cricketers in that team. I was amazed at the performance of that team during the two series that went by. Young Joshua De Silva, he gets the pick. I suspect this as a wicketkeeper, but I also suspect it as a middle-order batsman. He has proven himself as it, and they've given him a chance. I congratulate him on this. To whoever else would have been in the team, I have reservations, simply because of the fact that they have not demonstrated the kind of test match cricket that I have seen. But let's leave it at that, because the selectors are probably looking to see other things or looking at things from other directions. I wish them well. I hope that the West Indies win the series, and I'm certainly looking forward to the 21st of March. Won't you? I hope so.